Hi everyone, it's Jenny with Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House, and we're on YouTube and Instagram at Joey143Jenny and Facebook at Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. Well, today I wanted to get back into calendar collage. I haven't done it in a while, and I wanted to use some of the vintage gift paper that my daughter and her family got me for Mother's Day. How fun is this? All kinds. And so I thought, yeah, just use some of this and we'll get to the calendar. This one's really cute. I'm not using it in this because I don't have very much. But isn't it cute? I thought we'll just use some of these. And I'm not using all of them, but a lot of them I am. I've already done a collage with them in my personal journal just to show, you know, that I had gotten them. Isn't that pretty? And then here's one that'd be great for Father's Day. So that's what I'm going to do today. So I have a new calendar. I don't know why I don't have a 2023 to do. I guess I need to search a little further to see what did I do with them. I did tear up some already. And just to remind you, or if you haven't ever seen my calendar collage, is I just take scraps of paper. You can use magazines or whatever. These are even photocopies of some pot holders that I have. You can use digitals. Just whatever, you know. Here's maps that I used. And then I cut out from the map legend. I cut out some leaves. Yeah, so this is from Joey Cardmaker's Shinsetsu digital that I made journals, 10 journals out of. So anyways, yeah, so this is last year's. This one's not done. This is the one my daughter's doing, and I talked to her the other day. I'm like, oh, you need to finish that. She's like, oh, I forgot. So these are Christmas cards, some Christmas cards. And I don't always follow the month. You know, so like for instance, February doesn't necessarily have to be Valentine's, but you can do that. So you can see it's been a little while since I've done it because we're just starting on January. And this is a much smaller calendar. And so all I do is I just take whatever paper I'm going to use. And if it's a scrap, I kind of size it up to see how many can I get out of it before I trim it to make sure I'm saving as much as I can. So this is going to get me 2 rows, and let's do it this way. And you don't have to just use one little piece of paper in the square. So an example, let's see here. An example is, you can see here, I used 1 strip of paper to cover 2 squares of this particular calendar. This calendar was, you know, of course, much larger. The squares were much larger, but I used, you know, some long ones, and sometimes I've used some going across. I don't know if I can find any of those right away. Let's see. Looks like most of them are longer. Here's some going the other direction. Okay, so anyways, yeah, so you just use your ruler and you just size it up. Or this is how I do it anyways. And then I just make as many as I can. Okay, I've got plenty, so let's put these aside and get started, because since they're so little and my hands are don't handle little as well as it used to, I want to get started so it doesn't take super long. Now on this one, I'm just going to use my Elmer's Craft Bond. It's extra strength, and I feel like it works pretty good. Actually fairly well, since and I typically just use it on things that I'm going to keep, just because I want to see over years how does it work, You know, does it stick pretty good? So kind of what I do is you do it any way you want. Every single square can be different. You can have lines of squares. You can make a tic-tac-toe, whatever you want. But typically what I do is I try not to put the same print, same paper next to each other. And I try not to, where they're touching or in the same row. Now, that doesn't always happen, but that's usually my goal is for that not to happen. So, and I kind of box myself in sometimes. So like here on this one, really the only place I could go is here on this row, because here would be here, here would be there, so it would be touching. So about right there. It's a little bit Sudoku-ish. But anyways, yeah, so that's what I'm doing today, and just wanted to I like doing this to kind of free my mind, and if I've had a lot going on, or I can't think of something to do. So like, for instance, if you get to a point where you want to craft, but you're like, ugh, I cannot think of anything to do, then you could, just collage. And this is one of the things I like to do. And it just kind of frees your mind up a little bit. I think for me it does. It's so relaxing. And it's a really fun way to save some papers that, like this were a gift, or like like I showed you with Joey Card Maker's paper, saving it because it was very special to me. Christmas cards, I cut out some snippets for that. So stuff like that. It's fun to save. And I did a peacock journal a while back. I don't know if any of you saw that, but I did a peacock journal a while back. So I saved some of it and put it in my last calendar collage, the one that I just showed you, so that excuse me, I just had a bunch of scraps left over. It's such a great way to use scraps. And I thought, well, I'm just going to do it. And it turned out pretty, I thought. So it can go pretty fast, or you can just kind of take your time and do it. This is I think I've mentioned it before, I think this would be a really fun activity for a child. Kids love to tear, and of course, the tearing doesn't have to be perfect in any way, They can just tear pieces and then use an old calendar and let them just glue it all down. This Elmer's glue is very sticky, so I'll have to get my get out my wipies. Excuse me. Okay. I think I've got this paper pretty well glued up here. So that was really fun to unfold all of these wrapping papers from my daughter and her family. They had gone to a big sale in another town. They like to go camping into the lake, and there was a big sale down by the lake, and they had gone to it, and I had found all these goodies, and she knew that I would love it. Love it. So that was really fun. It was fun for them too, because, you know, when you find something and you know someone else is really gonna enjoy it, that's a lot of fun to be able to watch the expression and stuff. And oops, so see here now, you can't hardly tell because this is floral, but I have one in this row, one in this row, one in this row. I don't have one in this row. I have one in this row. So I guess, so if I put one here, it's going to be there. If I put one here, it's going to match that. Same if I put it here, here, here. Here I already have one. I could put it here, but that would be the same row there, same row there, same row there. So I think I'm gonna just go crosswise here. So this is where I box myself in. But again, that's just me. It's just fun for me to try to figure it out. And it doesn't always work, which is totally fine. Totally fine. Don't get stressed about it. I am going to keep these little kittens. Usually I get the whole thing, but I'm going to keep those little kittens. I think that's fun. And I don't know, this might not be. And then I'm going to keep, let's see what's on this side. I'm going to keep this part of the calendar. Each page has, oh, that's fun. Each page has its own picture, and I'm going to keep that too. We'll cover up over it. Some of these papers are really thin. Like this one's super thin. Not as thin as tissue, but pretty thin. And I'm kind of wondering how pretty it might look if I use this one and a couple of the others that she got me that I'm not using in this project, but I'm kind of wondering. See here, I'm putting two in the same row, but I'm okay with it. Just gotta, you know, at this point I've kind of made myself into a box here. But I'm thinking putting the beeswax on this. Wouldn't that be pretty? And then it kind of soak through. I don't know if you can see, it's a pink and a brown. Okay. So while I say there's no rhyme or reason, I do kind of follow a little bit of my own strategy, but then I don't necessarily stick to it 100%. So what else? What do I have? These little blue things. And I may not have even torn enough, but we will see. Oops. Heck. Still, my glue, I think it's just gotten kind of hot in here. We haven't turned the air on yet. We have the windows open, which I absolutely love. It's so nice to have fresh air blowing through, but it's a little warmer than normal in here, and I think my glue is rebelling, and it's kind of getting soft. But then again, sometimes in the winter it gets soft. It's probably the heater going in the winter time, but let's see, I'm going to do one more. Yes, I have got glue all over this thing. Yuck. So Joey started this week 4 10s, and he does not like it. But he does like having Friday off. However, today he is doing some work for a friend, and then also his work called with an issue. So I don't know if he's going to go in or if he's able to just take care of it over the phone. He's at our friend's house working right now, so I'm not sure what's going to happen. But he's wore out. Yeah, he is wore out from working the 410s. You know, I can remember working 410s, and it does make for a long day, but when you're younger, oftentimes you can deal with that stuff a lot easier. I think I'll put this there. Okay. We have one spot left. What do we need? Maybe a little bit of pink. How about that one? Very good. Okay, now we're gonna okay. What in the world? That glue and then didn't use it. Ugh. Now we're going to fill in the blanks, and I did cut or tear. I think that one will go good there. Left some from tearing, I guess I should say. I left some longer ones to kind of go over these. Okay. Go down to that line down right here. What else is going on? I don't know if we're going to be able to plant this weekend. If we're not, probably work still in the garden area, cleaning it up. I think I want that little pinking down here. Oh, that's almost exact. Little short on the top, and that's a place where you could, if you wanted to, you could either put some washi there. I've done that, or you can just use your vintage photo if you want, or whatever color. Okay, let's see if this one that's long enough. Do I have anything that can go here? Maybe this. Nope. Oh, that one can. Okay, we're almost there. Oopsie. I've got to clean those scissors. I cleaned everything, about a week ago. Cleaned everything really good with alcohol and got everything ready to go. Oh, I think I did it right after I got back from the retreat. And but what have I been doing that I've used so much glue and cut? Something I did the other day. I better measure this because it's pretty long. Something I did the other day, and I got glue all over everything. So I need to clean those. They're not cutting very good. Everything's getting stuck to it. I didn't realize earlier, but this particular paper has a little bit of like a mother of pearl to it. Okay, fun. Leaves that open a little bit, but I'm going to leave it that way because I don't want to take away the kittens. This is a calendar that was at my mom's. In my mom's things, she donated to so many animal things, and I found lots of calendars, lots of little gifts from different places. All right, now I've got that stuck all over me. Okay. All right, now I want to clean up just a little bit because I wanted to go ahead and decorate this. I forgot to bring my trash can over. Okay. Things away. Okay. I've got this drop cloth here. I haven't done this before in a calendar, but my thought was to take one of Kathy's stencils here and paint over it, but as I look at it, it's really going to take a lot of that away. So basically what I need is I'd like to have a stencil that has more negative relief. So let me get my stencils. Oh, sorry, rocked you. Get my stencils out here and see if I can find one that had, like this one. This one might be good. See, it has more that will show through, so we'll try that one instead. This poor little box about to give way. Okay. All right, let's see if this will work. This is, you can get these at iStencil. Search Kathy Holden, and then it's called Olives. That's what it's called. I like it at Christmas because it reminds me of holly. Just about the perfect size. Okay. Excuse the reach again. I have this color. What color is that? Peacock teal. And I'm just dipping my I'm just going to dip my brush into it and hope this works. Just put a light coat on. And see what happens. I think the teal will look pretty with all the softer colors underneath. Oh, I wonder if I should. I think you'll still be able to see the kittens. The only thing that I think is going to get covered up is one eye. Hopefully, I'll try not to put it too thick over that kitten's eye. I think I might miss it, actually. Okay. I should have wiped my hands off because the glue residue on them is making it stick to this plastic. I don't want to pull up this stencil before it's time, There we go. I'm really trying to get a very light coat, but coat it. But I do want to see if there it is. I do want to see the wrapping paper under it. I was thinking that this would be a fun project to do and then use it on your jelly print, but I did not want to get my jelly print out right now, and I don't want to experiment on this because in this book necessarily, because when I say experiment, jelly printing to me is a constant experiment. I never, no, I have not figured it out yet. And I just don't want it to be something that I'm, you know, every time I get my jelly print out, my jelly mat out, or whatever it's called, plate, I don't want it to be one of those things where I'm like, oh, I better go try to fix that page, you know, because when my daughter and I were doing it the other day for Mother's Day, I had so many so many papers that I was like, oh, that needs more. I just kept saying that needs more, that needs more, that needs fixed, because it just isn't turning out like I anticipated. I haven't figured it out yet. You know, all of that reverse stuff. It's so much fun. It's not frustrating. It's so much fun. But I haven't figured out the process yet. I need to watch some videos, some more videos. And I need to play more with it. That's the thing. I think I've only played with it. I think that was only my second time. Okay, look at this. This is how I get so messy. I'm getting a piece of this wipey here. Okay, let's see what happened. Definitely different. Definitely different than the other ones I've done. I'm not sure I like it. I don't know. Now I'll probably doodle around it, you know, like outline it like I've done on the other ones, some of the other ones. Like some of them I've just gone around in black. Like here, just done a few of them. That's my daughter's. Like here, I've outlined some things. I was thinking I had outlined more than that, but I guess not. Some here. There. But it was super fun. Quick project. Nice way to relax and enjoy. Can still see all the little papers in there. I think I'll probably trace it here after that dries. It'll be fun to see what happens. Okay. Gosh, thanks everybody for hanging with me. Going through that, starting a new calendar for the calendar collage. I hope you'll give it a try if you haven't. And if you have, maybe you haven't done it in a while. I hope this encourages and maybe inspires you to do it. I have found that, you know, cutting the papers a little bit ahead of time is helpful. You don't always have to, because I've done it both ways. For videoing, this definitely is helpful, so you don't have to watch me tear, you know, a bunch of paper. Now you can see I have a bunch left over, but that's fine. It's just going to go in my little scraps for more collaging. Okay, well, again, thank you so much for hanging, and we want you to know that we pray blessings over you, and that we want you to know you're so loved. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.